Hey, y'all celebrating Mardi Gras this year?
Oh, so take a flight.
Y'all not?
Nope.
Why y'all not celebrating?
Because I want to.
That's what's up.
It's
That's
not the same no more.
what's up. That's what's up.
It's not.
Oh, that's what's
And I'm
up.
only 34, and I ain't been here long enough, but still, it's not the same. And then I stay right where I normally come at.
Right.
He's not coming right there no more.
Okay.
You ain't been there long enough. You're not from New York?
Yeah, I am. I just,
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Oh, you
I'm
mean
34.
live?
Yeah, I'm from the downtown area. I'm from the 91 Bywater.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I was in Katrina though. The same place I stayed, I was in Katrina, the same place where I was in Ida with my kids for 5 days. We ain't going nowhere. Cause why? Family ain't the same no more. People ain't the same no more.
Right.
So you had to do what you had to do. Plus we had air. We stayed inside, you know, and then they don't like to be without me anyway. So.
Right.
Yeah,
But this time things, you know, it's different now. It's about to change.
it is. It's getting worse.
It's getting, no, I'm talking about for me and my kids. It's getting better and it's gonna change for the better. Because in my life I made changes. You know?
What changes you made? What changes you made that, like, you believe in God, right?
Of course.
What changes you made that He would be proud of?
Well, I know, like they say, sin.
Mm-hmm.
Every sin is not the same and it's different.
Yes, could you go see if they have it? You want to be jerky? All right, just hold on.
I'm 34, so at a young age, I've been through things. A lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Hurtful things, trauma, all kinds of stuff. But it's weird because I didn't know God or Jesus when I was 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
I remember only from the age 6, 7 and up.
Right.
6 or 7, I was doing things. I was at friend's house. We was playing house. We were playing house. But I wasn't a woman. I was the man. So
Oh, wow.
as that goes, 8, 9, I went through something with my sister. My brothers, they also did. They saw something at nighttime that they couldn't do nothing about because their daddy was the person who did the trauma.
Oh,
Me and my
yeah.
sister, we had to live with that every night for 2 years straight. And he was on drugs. You know, my mom was battered. She worked 2 jobs. So it's 2 girls and 2 boys. Me and my sister have the same dad, and my 2 brothers have the same dad. And we all have, you know, bad past, and we just starting to get better. But you know, some of us got through it, and some of us still dealing with it. You know, my sister made 36 yesterday. She don't look 36, she look 80.
Wow.
And yeah, that's how bad she looked. And then I done broke down to her. I'm told in front of them. I done broke down to her kids, and I broke down to my mom. They was like, she gonna do it when she ready. But I know where the trauma come from. I know why she hurt. And every time I bring it up, she was like, I'm not gonna stop taking the pills. So y'all can put me in the hospital, y'all can do what y'all want. I'm like, it's not for you no more. It's for your daughter, it's for your sons.
Mm-hmm.
So my nephews, it's not like they hurting, like she said. She said they good. They're good because you gave them to somebody who you think that's gonna raise them or take care of them for you. Actually, it didn't, because their dad is also like you, but he been on the hard stuff. He the one brought you from Texas to here. You fell in love with somebody who was a part of that life. And now she, like I said, she was helping people. You know, when your heart is big, you got people standing in your household. But it's the same people that you allow them to come back again. And she feel that, oh, y'all the one who brainwashing me. Y'all the one that's hurting me. I'm like, me? They say it's you, Sheila, it's you. It's me. And I've been there for you. I know what happened to you. I laid there to you. I held your hand. Why did it happen to me? I don't know. He tried, but at 8 years old, I fought. And I literally stayed there. And now that it was my virginity, I got older. So she laid there and lost hers. Why? I don't know. My mama, she was in another room. She heard, sure. She did something about it? No. People who did something about it, they did good. That was like, they care about us. And they still, you know, good people to us. But her, my sister, you know, she had babies, miscarriages, dealing with different guys. You don't want to hurt the man that you with and that you love, so you don't go and get aborted for all the babies that you done had carried. So God took away probably about 3 of them. You know, 3 of them. Yeah, she lost 3. She recently just lost 1.
Wow.
Her body is, that's what I say, she looked 80 in the face.
Hey.
But if you look at her body, she's the size of my son, and she's 36.
Man.
Yeah, my daughter's 13 and she's 5'1", and she look like she's a woman.
Right.
So she stay inside though. But at the end of the day, what happened to me will make him proud. In 2017, something happened bad because I opened my heart up to somebody who is blood now. You know what he was, but you still allowed him to come in your house. But when he was 7 and my daughter was 9, I didn't see no signs. I didn't see anything. Every morning I make sure when I went out for 3 hours, came home, I didn't see nothing out of ordinary. Everything was back the way it was. They ain't saying nothing until my daughter opened her mouth. And now the person he was touched too. You know, the whole family was. Our family is bad. That's why I'm trying to erase the last name, but I can't erase it because I'm still gonna be a part of it, and it's a part of them too. So, when my daughter told me what happened to her, you know, I questioned them. You know, I said what I said. Reason why I didn't do nothing about it because I could have gotten in trouble, and that's what I was looking at. But when he opened his mouth and said what he saw and what he made him do, that shit hurted me because. Just because they done that to you when you was 7, why would you do that to him? And you told me, niece, I wasn't there for y'all, but please don't take that away from me. I gave you that. You had to sleep under the bridge because that's where y'all supposed to sleep at. You were with them. You went to jail for that already. But I still stayed sure you could come here and sleep here on the sofa. So you took advantage of them and you traumatized them. Now my son and my daughter is messed up, but I tell you this, he's going through a whole lot. Abandonment issues, father figure, but their dad is in their life, but he's not in their life. And my daughter, she close to 3.0. She like almost there to like, and she in 7th grade. So she graduated next year from 8th grade. We're not gonna be here long. I'm moving. I'm not. It's not the city anymore.
Straight up.
Where you going to?
My boyfriend. He worked, you know, but that's the part that I'm gonna get to. Okay, when you ask me about God's situation. Okay, 6 and 7, I said when I was playing with friends,
right.
I felt like I was the male. Because I grew up like that. They daddy traumatized me, so well, I guess I didn't want to grow up because I was scared to be with a man. That's not it. I am bisexual. But the thing is, what I attract younger people. Their dad was 15, I was 19. Things happen, but now my boyfriend, who I just gave a shot to, I gave a shot to a guy that's 20. He's 14 years younger than me. But see the mind he has, he the manager down there at church. And the money he make it, but he make it for him. And he wanted to talk to me. He said he deal with older women. I'm like, but I'm gay. So I use my word as gay because gay, happy, or bi, you know, it's all part of the same thing. It depends on who you.
To me, I had like 2 girls in high school.
I'm listening to you.
Okay, so I gave back when he told me what happened to him, and he told me how it played out. He didn't tell me what happened to him. He told me what happened to somebody else in my house. So I was like, what you saw? Man, whoever did my uncle something, they damaged him bad. He saw him engaging activity with a man that was 25, right? But up here, he wasn't.
Wow.
He was like 5.
Wow.
You let him see that. You made him see that. And when they tried to reach out to me, I believe they did try to call me one day. But it was like 2017, so I was like, how y'all was calling me, but I didn't get the phone. It was like, he said that if we call you, he gonna burn our fingers off. So I was like, okay. My daughter said she went in the bathroom to try to get him to come out of there, like, why you in there watching my brother, why you take a bath? My daughter was 9 at the time, like I said, and he was 7. So I feel like you try to help the brother, that's why that you went through what you went through. So you try to tell her, oh, you so smart and you so beautiful, one day you're gonna grow up, leave the boys alone, don't be with. How you gonna scare her? Not with words, but you scared her with your body. What the hell is wrong with you? So you know, once a woman is touched when they're young and they grow up, they're gonna have promiscuity. They're gonna have the body images. They're gonna wanna be like other women that's out there on the TV, on the screen. And so that's what I'm dealing with my 13-year-old. She is very beautiful. She's a natural black chocolate girl. And she's so smart. And she get the attention at schools. And they was like, Sheila, she's a young woman and she just became a teenager. You have to let her explore, meaning let her get the understanding. Just teach her, but don't holler at her. And don't make her feel like she have to hide from you. But I'm aggressive, and I don't try to be that hard. I be like that because I have to be feel him. And then when I talk to both of them, I do talk with a soft tone, but I still feel like I'm too aggressive. Like my boyfriend said, he said, talked to her yesterday, and he said, you got to watch the way you talk to her. You want her to know that you here. You don't want to scream at her and make her feel like she's doing something wrong. Because all she's doing is doing what she's feeling and how she seeing what she know. But I said I didn't teach her that, and it was like you might have didn't, but she do see, and she have grandmothers and she have cousins and so she's a part of somebody else as well as me, like her dad's side. So when that happened, when he told me and all that was in it, and their real dad came, what baby? Okay, I'm about to finish. He supposed to be on meds. He take medicine because he ADHD and paranoid. So he have both. Because he seen some things in the project I stay in the field. He seen people get shot. He did, but they ain't died. So now every now and then he, when I be like, there you go. And he be feeling like I'm talking about that on somebody that's coming to get him. And he explained to me what that means. I said, Diego, if you saw the guy with the ski mask on, but you saw him with the pants on, the same pants, I'm trying to show him that's not him. And I'm asking him if that's the same person, just let me know. And that's all right. But that person, he keep looking at him, that's not him. That person don't look at him. That man be by his business. That's a young guy at that. He's very young. He like about 18, 19. And he was by himself on the bus. So my son, he do keep looking at people. I said, stop doing that. You paranoid. Just look at mama and talk to me. So when I sit behind him on the bus, he get mad because I'm not next to him. So when I sit back by him, I'm like, you got to listen good. When he on his mask, it helps a little because it's only 12 hours. Now the higher doses that they give the kids, that makes them calm for 24 hours. His doctor was not the right person for the job. She started not.
You just go get my ice cream?
Why are you trying to make me spend everything that we like really have? What if we don't have enough for that? But we do. I'm gonna give you that. After this, you going home and you're gonna eat what's inside. I don't have my food stamp card on me. Okay? Yeah, this is, but it's not no dollar.
Well,
It's not a dollar.
Look what you said, and that's why I was asking you that question.
I gave back to God. But I'm not.
Why you think God allowed all that stuff to happen?
For to be put me in a place where He trying to put me. I guess I'm not there yet. Where He trying to put me in. But I don't know where I'm supposed to be.
Let me give you an example. Right? Let me show you an example. Look at this. Now, just based on, I'm not saying what you went through.
No, don't bounce.
I'm not saying the things that happened to y'all wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But just think of this.
It's about blacks, right?
Being on, look at us being sold on auction blocks.
Wow.
All of us was raped. Even men back
Yeah.
at that time was
I
called
know.
buck breaking. But think about all of these things being done to our people, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think, I'm tying it up to the same thing that happened to you, the tragedy that you had. Why do you think God allowed this stuff to happen to us?
So we can so our kids will make the world a better place. I don't know.
I'm about to show you. I'm asking you this
Okay.
because I just wanted to know how much you knew.
But they're the future. I feel like my kids, the way I teach them, after that happened, I keep them inside now. Especially him. He wants to be out there. He got the friends who don't listen.
Right.
He got the friends that's running around who know the whole, like every guy back there that's hustling. So when I see him, they know him too because he's from the Iberville. That's why they his confused there. But he's not that. I told him, you're D4. You call yourself D4 because it's the 4 years in Diego. But you're not that. Now I can't never go outside. I never had no friends.
Don't you want to know how to protect it?
Yeah.
According to the Bible, because all these things happen, but you can't be everywhere. You can't protect it from everything.
But he can think for himself or something. If you listen, he can. And I'm serious. He was born right. But the problem is, I had a bad pregnancy. I had 2 blood strengths this weekend. 2 roads messed up. I had 3 epidurals in my back. Okay, I'm about to get to you. So he was already without a father. Like I said, he got the same dad. The dad was young. Right now, the dad's going through so much. But he feel like everybody around him is the people that he needs to be by.
Give me First John chapter 3. Watch this.
Okay.
We mentioned sin, right? Watch
Yes.
this. Let's find out what sin is. Let's find out what sin is. I want y'all both to pay attention to this.
You don't know this video. You just hold on, okay? Listen to what the man about to say.
1 John chapter 3, verse 4.
What?
Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law.
He said, sin is the transgression of God's laws.
Yeah.
Meaning that God created man, then he gave him laws to keep.
Right,
Things that
right.
we're supposed to do,
Right.
things that tells us what's right and what's wrong.
Yes.
Like we know that rape is wrong.
Right.
Being that, give me that. Go to Deuteronomy 25, verse 22, I think it is. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 25. But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her
And he forced her, he raped her.
and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Now, the judgment for that was that we was put him to death. So anybody rape anybody, according to the law, we're supposed to put him to death. That's the laws of God, right? So I'm going there because it's specific laws that God gave us that we're supposed to keep, right? You said one thing about you got a boyfriend. Give me Hebrews chapter 13, verse.
But he just turned on. So
Right.
that's nothing.
Well, let me show you.
14 years younger.
I just want to get a few laws to
Yeah,
establish
give me
you
something because
understand.
you know I don't read anymore.
I got you. And I'm gonna read it for you. Watch this.
It's the book of Hebrews chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled.
So when you married, you could sleep with your husband as according. He said marriage is honorable. Go ahead.
But whoremongers
But whoremongers are somebody that's sleeping around.
and
And
adulterers,
adultery goes in many forms of like fornication, sleeping outside of marriage.
Right.
God will judge.
There's a judgment behind that. So you don't supposed to be doing all. Give me 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9.
All sin.
I'm gonna go for. So that's why I went back because God gave us things that we don't supposed to do,
Yes.
and things that we can do.
Yes.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
So now he's about to describe who he calls the unrighteous. Right? Go
Be
ahead.
not deceived,
Don't be tricked.
neither
He
fornicators,
said you can't be a fornicator. You can't be sleeping outside of marriage.
nor idolaters,
Idolaters is going into worshiping other gods like Mardi Gras. When you said throw me some mister and all that stuff, that's idolatry. Christmas, all that stuff is idolatry. He
Yeah.
doesn't want us doing it. Go ahead.
no adulterers,
Adulterers, go ahead.
no effeminate,
Can't be homosexuals. Go ahead.
nor
Right.
abusers of themselves with mankind.
They can't be homosexual, abusing themselves with another man, like man on man. That's God hates that. Go ahead.
Nor thieves,
You can't steal.
nor covetous, nor drunkards,
Covetous is wanting something that don't belong to you. You coveting something that
Covet,
belongs
yeah.
to somebody else. Go ahead.
nor drunkards,
Uh-huh.
nor revelers,
Revelers, that's what's that Mardi Gras.
nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God.
He gives you a whole list of things that we don't supposed to be doing, right? I'm bringing that out to go to Deuteronomy 28, verse 15.
But forgiveness, you know, if you know God and you do pray, but if you still
Hold that, John 9:30.
still do it,
That's true. But listen, what you ever prayed for something and you didn't get it? A lot of the time we pray for something and we don't get it, but this is the reason why.
It's the book of John, chapter 9, verse 31.
Uh-huh.
Now we know that God heareth not sinners.
When somebody's in sin, God doesn't hear them. Go ahead.
But if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his
His
will,
will is his laws.
him he heareth.
We be praying all day and thinking that God is hearing us. He doesn't hear a word when you're in sin. Give me Luke 4:4. Let me show you who hears you sometimes. Like you might be in sin, and then something which you think is good comes your way, and you think that comes from God. Let me show you where that comes from. I'm about to show you.
I've been tricked before.
That's right. You're gonna hear it. But
I wanna
we never
hear it,
read
though.
this book before.
Yeah.
So once you read it, you realize what this book is actually saying, right? Go ahead.
It's the book of Luke, chapter 4, verse 4. And Jesus answered him, saying,
Jesus talking to Satan. He was brought up to a high mountain, and where the devil could tempt him, right? Watch this.
It is written that man shall not live by bread
You're
alone,
not supposed to live by bread alone. Not talking about just food, but what?
but by every word of God. And the devil taking him up into a high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the
So
world
the devil brought him to a high mountain and showed him all the rulerships of the world, right?
in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him,
Watch what he's telling you.
all this power will I give thee,
He said, all this stuff will I give you,
in the glory of them,
and the glory.
for that is delivered unto me,
Uh-huh.
and to whomsoever I give it.
If you what?
If thou therefore will worship
He
me,
said, thou you worship him. So when you get some of these things, if you're not worshiping God, you're worshiping the devil. So you might be getting that blessing, but that didn't come from God. That came from the devil.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Good.
Like us women, like for instance, you know, like I said, my boyfriend is 20. Is that a sin?
What?
When you date younger, is that a sin?
No. Absolutely. There's no. Now there's a specific. Hey, give me that.
Yeah, that's what. I didn't get that because, like I said before, sleeping with men before I broke my virginity, I was with a girl before I was actually with a male.
Well, you can't be with a woman. Now, give me that in.
you can't be like a little 13-year-old, 12-year-old.
Yeah, you can't. Now there's a.
Oh no! Nah, I know that's a child. That's a child.
Right,
Yes.
Now there's a first. Give me Romans chapter 1. All right. Start at 22. Because you can't. Women with women. It's in the New Testament. You can't be together like that.
And the book that I used to have, I got a Bible presented to me after I graduated from high school in Texas. And I still have it, but the pages of it, I don't know. It got some white stuff, dust or whatever's coming out of them. I couldn't keep it. There's nothing I could do with that book no more because when I open it, just stuff just fall
You
off.
fall in the park.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably got what they call silverfish eating the paper. But what you do is
Yeah.
just go get you another one.
Yeah.
It's a King James version.
King James version.
Read
Okay.
that.
Okay.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a
Oh, jump
lie?
up to 22.
Verse 22. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man.
That was going into idolatry. That's what they were doing. Like our people, just like this right here, right? They started turning. They started turning the Most High God into this type of stuff. White man
Oh,
Jesus.
yeah.
Right. That's what that's going into.
I saw the second
Idolatry.
one.
Good.
Into
That's it.
birds and four-footed beasts
Uh-huh.
and creeping things.
Right.
Wherefore, God also gave them up to uncleanliness
Uh-huh.
through the lust of their own hearts.
So Most High just started letting the people just do whatever the hell they want. That's what you see right now. Everybody just doing what they want, right? Watch.
To dishonor their bodies between themselves.
Uh-huh.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
He said, and that's what you got with transgenders. They take it like literally because you could feel like a male today. You could be no, you were born a male. Say I feel like to be a woman, and I just say I'm a woman now. He said they changed the truth of God into a lie. Go ahead.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator,
Go ahead.
who is blessed forever. Amen.
Right.
For this cause, God gave them up into vile affection.
Watch what he called vile affection.
For even their women
That women,
did change the natural use
their natural use is women to have children, have birth, right? Go ahead.
into that which is against nature.
Uh-huh.
And likewise also the men,
The men did what?
leaving the natural use of the
They
women,
didn't want the woman no more. Start doing what?
burned in their lust
Uh-huh.
one toward another,
Uh-huh.
men with men, working that which is unseemly,
Uh-huh.
and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat.
Like AIDS and stuff. He said
Yeah,
men
yeah.
were sleeping with each other.
Yeah,
He
you
said that they
did.
received the recompense or the payback for doing that, right? Which would be like AIDS. Go ahead.
And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge,
He said one of these things about the people that think like that, he said they didn't like to retain God in their knowledge. They didn't want to accept what God is saying, right? Go ahead.
God gave them over to a reprobate mind.
That reprobate mean a mind void of judgment. Mean you can't judge me. How the hell you gonna? You can't tell me nothing about what I'm doing. He said he gave them over to that reprobate mind. Go ahead.
To do those things which are not
He
convenient,
said to do the things that was not convenient, the things that you don't supposed to be doing, right? Go ahead.
being filled with all unrighteousness,
Uh-huh.
fornication,
Fornication, sleeping with somebody that you're not married to.
wickedness, covetousness,
Covets, want things that the same list that I just read to you. Keep going.
maliciousness,
Hatred.
full of envy,
Envy of liking what I wanting other people, liking what everybody else doing. Go ahead. Murder, hate. Go ahead.
debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters,
Gospelers.
haters of God, despiteful, proud boasters,
Mhm.
inventors of evil things, disobedience to parents,
Right.
without understanding, covenant breakers,
Uh-huh.
without natural affection,
Uh-huh.
implacable,
Mhm.
unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of God,
Knowing that the judgment is death. Go ahead.
that they which commit such things are worthy of death.
He said that really the things that they're doing is literally worthy of death. Because that's what we did at that time. When we did committed those things, death. But all those mention one more thing. I said we got to sin. Go back to Deuteronomy 20 because I asked you why would God allow these things to happen to us?
bring it out to
Yeah.
We gotta find out what is it.
Yeah, that's
You got
right.
them, man.
We got-
That ain't that good. That's just a picture.
You got a map.
No,
Throw
we
that
need
back
the map.
around. We need to find out why this is allowed for us to happen.
That's right. It's very important here, sis.
Okay.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy
Now
God.
this is Moses talking to the children of Israel. We are the biblical children of Israel.
Right.
Right? So he's saying if we wouldn't listen, go ahead.
To observe, to do all his commandments,
Because God gave us laws,
Yeah.
commandments to keep. He said if we didn't do them, go ahead.
in his statutes,
Uh-huh.
which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So he said no matter what's going to happen to you, if you don't listen, curse is going to follow you. Read down.
Oh.
Watch this curse.
Curse shall be in the city,
You're going to be cursed in the city.
and curse shall thou be in the
It was
field.
cursed in the field. Go ahead.
Curse shall be thy basket,
Uh-huh.
in thy store.
Uh-huh.
Curse shall be
Talk about your food. Go ahead.
curse shall be the fruit of thy body,
Uh-huh.
and the fruit of the
He
land,
said we're going to be cursed in our bodies as well. Go ahead.
the increase of the kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
Jump down to 32.
Verse 32.
Watch this curse.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people,
He said one of the curses, your sons and daughters going to be given to another nation of people.
and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
And what?
And there shall be no might in thy hand.
So they're going to be given to another people and you're slavery. You're going to have no might to get them back,
But
right?
they don't get themselves together.
Right. Give me 28.
Verse 28.
Watch this curse.
The Lord shall smite thee with
He
madness,
said he's going to make our people crazy. Go ahead.
in blindness,
Uh-huh.
in astonishment of heart.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt grope at noonday.
We're going to be at a downward spiral. That's why you see people sleeping under bridges and stuff. So they're going to grow up at noonday. Go ahead.
As the blind groping in darkness.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways.
Uh-huh.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
Right. Give me 41.
Verse 41.
I'm just going through the curses because he literally telling. I'm going to the curses showing you that it fits us
Yeah.
and why it happened to us. It happened to us because we won't do
Not
it.
just me, you know, like I tell people, it's up to that person to speak on their life and what happens to their life and in their life and why they see that you changing. You can change it for either good or you change it for bad. Because if you out here
So you read that
still
flag?
doing what you're doing and
Read
you know
that
you got
flag.
the kids in that house
Read it.
and you say you're a good mom and you showing that you're not, but you also need help.
Right.
And if you don't want to ask for help and you don't want people in your business, it's not being in your business. What about the kids? God didn't give you kids to have or to bear if you don't, do what's right. Not saying that I'm perfect. I keep using it. I gotta tell people, I'm not trying to be perfect.
Well,
But
no,
somehow I'm
give me
changing. I'm
Matthew
changing.
5:40. Watch this. You said something. Watch this.
I'm changing, but I'm not trying to be perfect. But I want to
No,
be
you
perfect for
wanna
him.
be
I
perfect.
did. I said I want to be perfect for him.
Right.
Because he did what
Right.
he did for me and he had to.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect,
Uh-huh.
even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
Uh-huh. This is what we're supposed to be, striving for perfection. Look at that in
Yeah, I heard what you said.
give me Matthew chapter 18 and 5.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 18, verse 5. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name, receive me. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones,
If anybody offend one of these little ones,
which believe in me,
uh-huh.
it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck,
It's been better if a thing was milled about his neck and he was, go ahead.
and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
So anybody that homed your little one, it would be better for him to have had a thing tied around his neck
That's why
and tossed in the river.
someone
Because
told
judgment's going to come to him.
They
bro.
said, but they said, why you didn't, like they told me, say, why you didn't do nothing about it? I said, I wanted to, but I don't want that on me. I could do things like, people don't think you can when your kid's been hurt. I can, but I just choose not to because after that was made, that incident that happened, it's because I went to get a peace of mind. I didn't have to. I could have stayed inside. But like they say, oh, you do too much for them. You know, just go out. Just like I went out there one day in 3 hours and I came back home. It looked like it was perfect, like he didn't do nothing. It took about 3 to 4 months for both of them to say what happened. She told me November, he told me December. So I feel like it did happen how it wanted to happen.
What you mean you went out, but to the club? That's what you mean? I'm trying to figure out what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I say.
Oh.
I don't go out to drink or to be with men, to be other men. I go out to have a peace of mind. And at that time in 2017, I didn't do it often. I was inside, literally inside, and it was like, you do a lot. You go have a drink, and whatever I did go drink. I believe I did.
Who told you that? Who said that's what you do? You gotta go. That's why.
The people that I'm in the circle with,
Thank
it's
you.
a person I've been doing for 13 years.
That's what I'm trying to
And
say.
she's married, but she's not married to a man. She's married to a girl that's once been
Well,
married.
why would you not? We just showed you about how they think.
This, I didn't know this. I used to see y'all.
Got you.
I used to see
I
y'all.
didn't know that. Give me
Trust me, I see y'all
got you.
everywhere.
Give me
And if I change myself for them too, it's because I want to. I'm not worried about if I lose friends.
Right.
This is the guy who came into my life, he speak on this too. He already said the life that he had, he have a past too, but he changed it for himself.
We all did.
Because he's the only child he got from his mom.
We all did.
He's 20.
Right.
And he got $1 million mindset to where he wanna have a family. His friends called him 4 times last night, and I'm looking at him like, they calling your phone. He be like, I know what they want. So when he got up, he showed me who called them. I said, who is that? He said, that's my boys. I said, do they even have girlfriends? He said, yeah, they do. I said, well, what they doing? Bourbon. Trying to get a Marriott hotel room. I said, so they really calling you for you to come outside and do what they doing? And your mind is bigger than that?
He loves you.
Yes, he does. And guess what?
Why would he just marry you?
Because it's not that he don't want to. It's just been a couple. It's been a week. It's been a week. I never done this fast, but I have been, but not like this. Before I told him, I said I don't want this. I don't want a relationship. What he heard me say when he came outside, I said I'm gay. I like girls. Boy, still. He said, shh. I said, why is you shushing me if I'm telling you who I am? He said, nobody don't need to hear that. Because he's not like that. He don't want all that in his business. So, he still came over, we conversated. And I was like, I'm 34 years old. I didn't know he had a job. I didn't know he was a manager. I just thought he was working in church. I said, what you want from me? I said, I have a plan. I do hair. I made my own hair products. I'm trying to get a line. This is the same plan I've been having for years. Now, I just never stuck with it. It was him. Nobody never wanted to watch him. My daughter was in daycare from day one. So I had somebody for my daughter, but nobody didn't want him. Dad was not around. So he don't know his dad like he know him. Dad 29 was about to be 7 children. 5 different women. 5 different women. I was the first woman. I think he's still in love with me, but people telling me shit is not, he probably don't want you. He probably, I don't know. I don't want him either. I just want him to be there for him.
For his son.
And he's going, yeah.
Watch this curse.
In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you
Man, that's cool with you.
and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother,
This man is gonna hate his brother.
and toward the wife of his bosom,
He'll hate his wife.
and toward the remnant of his
He'll
children,
hate his children.
which he shall lead.
Then he's gonna leave the household. He's gonna leave you
Curse him.
taking care of your children alone as a single parent household. That's the curse that was gonna behold. All right?
But he needs to hear this because that's who his brother dies number one to. His parents.
His dad?
His mama and his dad. His dad has more kids than he has.
Dad, he have empty uncles that he never even heard of.
All our people need to hear this because it's like I
They
said.
talking about counseling. It's not counseling within counseling. It's in there.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Man.
I said, take right now, right? Like even in the Ten Commandments, basic law.
Yeah, yeah. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
What's the fourth? Watch this. You
Him run like everybody.
See, I only know those three.
Watch this, but guess what? It's just the basic 10. But watch this one.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8.
So get it, baby.
Remember the Sabbath day.
He gonna get it for you.
Hold on.
But go. I'm listening.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
When is the Sabbath day? He said, remember the Sabbath.
Sabbath is what? Sunday or Sabbath? 7 days?
Yeah. So he's gonna tell you, go ahead.
Yeah.
6 days shall thy labor and do all thy work.
But what?
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
When is the seventh day of the week?
Sunday that you're supposed to get back to me.
When is the seventh day of the week? What's the first day?
Monday. I'm sorry.
See?
Sunday.
Just basic stuff.
Sunday is the
So when
seventh
is the
day.
Sabbath day?
The Monday? The Saturday. See,
What's the seventh day? If Monday is the first day, what's the seventh day? I mean, if Sunday is the first day, what is the seventh
What's
day?
the last day?
Saturday, right?
yeah. See, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I swear I didn't know that.
That's what we out here for. Those are the things. Watch. Go ahead. Now hold
Stop
on.
before you hurt the
Go
cause.
on.
Like, I ain't got
Go
time
Isaiah.
to.
Now just by keeping that, watch what he promises. Go to 15, 13. Go to 56 and 13. Watch this.
Okay.
This by keeping that one law. Watch this.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 13. If thou turn away thy foot from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day,
So he said, on his Sabbath, which is today,
Yeah.
it starts Friday night and Saturday night, you would just turn your way from doing the things that you like to do. Go ahead.
and call the Sabbath a delight,
And call it a light what?
the holy of the Lord,
Mhm.
honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thy own
He
ways,
said, you're not supposed to do your own ways.
nor finding thy own pleasure,
Uh-huh.
nor speaking thy own words.
Uh-huh.
Then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord,
He said, then you delight yourself in the Lord. And what he
and I will
gonna do?
cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth,
He said, one of the high places of the earth, meaning he's going to bless you, right? Keep going.
and feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father.
The heritage of Jacob, that we were supposed to be ruled. We not Jacob. We supposed to be ruling, but he's going to bless you by just keeping that one law.
That's right.
That's just in the Ten Commandments. But we never taught that. They was teaching us through white man Jesus Sunday, or Sunday, which means the sun worship, meaning that worshiping the sun. That's where that comes from. God gave us the Sabbath day, or the seventh day, which is today.
I have a question.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Before I met the guy, when I say I'm bisexual, I keep using that word because I date men and women. But I dated women for 8 years straight with different girls, but it was one for 2 years, stuff like that. And after that, I'm a biracial lover. It's just not black men. It's period. So basically, I've been using that too, you know what I'm saying? Oh, I like women. Then I'm turning around saying, I'm gonna give me a mixed biracial man so I can have me a mixed baby. Nah. So, I'm not saying I don't understand because I kind of still don't. That didn't happen. I never found the female yet. I did deal with girls, but the girls was like the men kind. Because that's what I was
So
used to.
nothing
thinking.
changed. No matter what you went to.
Now that I'm dating the guy that I feel that this is it, because I want to be with him. And
Right
I
now,
believe
sister, you shouldn't be dating anybody. You gotta literally come back.
before him, I was trying to tell him, I told him the
Yeah,
relationship.
no.
I didn't want the relationship.
Romans chapter 12.
And that's why I'm telling you, are we moving too fast? Because he wake up out of his sleep and he feels something wrong. So his mama told him, how old the woman is. He said 30. She was like, really? Why? These women gonna use you for what you're doing. I don't want no man to not $1. I don't care if we don't have anything, but if the light and the bill and the rent is paid and they have at least one pair of decent shoes, it's fine for me. Because I have a talent. I do hair. I also sing, but I don't sing out. I just started karaoke. I'm starting to get, out there. It's just, if you want me to be with a man, it's gonna happen. And if I don't be with anybody, that's fine.
Let me show you what you gotta do, brother. Romans
I'm
chapter.
gonna give one of the books.
It's the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Right now, sister, your mind is conformed to this world. This world is wicked as hell.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your
Your
mind,
mind's gotta be renewed. Go ahead.
that ye may prove what is that good, unacceptable, and perfect will of God.
You gotta do. He said you gotta find out what is good, what God calls good. Give me that in Romans chapter 7. I think it's 12. You gotta find out what's good and acceptable to God. Because that's what I'm saying. Right now, everything that I'm hearing is according to this world. This world is going to be destroyed. Right along with all the people that's in this world.
And they my first priorities when I'm still on the inside looking out for me, but it's not about me. I feel like I need to work on me being a better mom and making sure their mental and everything is together.
Well, you gotta be healed first. I mean, you.
See that?
I
I didn't
understand.
really-
I understand that definitely in your spirit, you're like, okay, well, I don't have time for to heal myself. I just gotta make sure everybody's straight.
Yeah.
No, you first. How you gonna train them if you still struggling with the same things in your mind as well? And you gotta be renewed first. And once those things come back, then you can go ahead and teach them.
Yeah, yeah.
So you gotta heal yourself first. That's what's going on right now.
Okay.
Good. What you at?
And
Yeah, Romans 7, Romans 7.
I haven't been to church in years, but that Bible, I don't have to go inside into the house to know Him. So that Bible, I can just take that on the church for
Give me that in Matthew chapter 18.
Oh, you're my married.
What's
that
that?
guy that was standing out there? I had got him some stuff to make him some sandwiches.
Oh, the one with the black, the dreadlocks.
18 and 20.
He was standing over there. I don't know where he went.
Watch this.
Matthew, chapter 18. Verse 20. It reads, for where 2 or 3 are gathered together
2 and 3 are gathered together right here
in my name,
in Christ's name.
there am I in the midst of them.
Christ right here in the middle of us, right now. You have the church right now. Give me that in Acts chapter 7, verse 38. No, 7 verse
48.
yeah, 40. 7:40.
It's the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 48. Howbeit, the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands,
See, they don't dwell in those temples and them churches anyway. Go ahead.
as saith the prophet.
I said the prophet. He don't dwell there.
Heaven.
Any other church.
That's right. Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool.
So you can go there all day.
They
You're not
have,
learning.
they have sin in there. I know they have sin in there.
Yes,
They don't
indeed.
even teach you what they.
What's in there?
They don't
right.
teach you. They read like one scripture out there, and then
They start doing their
run
own
their
thing.
damn mouth.
Yes.
That's right. That's
You're
right.
Yeah.
not learning anything.
I guess that's
Tell
why
you what the
I
Bible.
love.
Give me that in
You about to go.
Isaiah 56:10. This is what you're gonna find,
Okay.
and I'm gonna let you go. But give you one more law, then I'm gonna let you go.
Okay.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 10. It reads, his watchmen,
The watchmen are supposed to be their pastors, right?
Yes.
They're supposed to watch out for us for when things are coming.
Yes.
But they're not doing any of that. Watch this.
his watchmen are
They
blind.
said they're blind. How the hell can they watch out for us if they can't see themselves? Go ahead.
They are all ignorant.
They all ignorant. They don't understand nothing that's in this Bible.
They are all dumb dogs.
The Most High call them dumb dogs.
They cannot bark.
They can't bark. Why?
Sleeping,
Uh-huh.
laying down, loving to slumber.
Uh-huh.
Yea, they are greedy dogs,
All they want is your money. Go ahead.
which can never get enough.
Uh-huh.
And they are shepherds that cannot understand.
We the sheep. They supposed to be shepherding us.
Yeah.
They're not doing any of that. Go ahead.
They all look to their own way,
Uh-huh.
everyone for his gain.
For his own gain. He only wants your money. That's what church is not for.
Tithes and offerings is going to the church, but it's going to somebody. Oh, it's going to
To
build
get
a
a new
church.
dam, send his children through school
College,
and
all that.
planes flying all over.
And then wonder
everywhere.
why some of the money is into the church. It's going to fix the leaky faucet. of the church.
Nothing wrong with that. They had different offerings like
Yes.
the Eve offering. We had, give me that in Acts chapter, I think it's 4 verse
If y'all see him again, we just get his tongue.
Good tone?
Okay.
All
Get it
right.
to your boy. Give him.
Hold
Hold that.
that,
Get
hold
that to
that
the
for
dude with the what you call it.
The guy with
He
the
was
braids.
just right there, yeah.
Yeah, hold
So
yeah.
I just be watching the streets and stuff.
I think it's
All right, brother.
434.
Next 4, verse 34.
Oh, you too, bro. You're right.
Neither was there any among them that lacked.
Go up to 33.
Verse 33. And with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of the Lord Jesus Christ. And great grace was upon them all. Neither was there any among them that lacked.
So when everybody was together, nothing lacked, right? We all had enough, right? Go ahead.
For as many as were possessors of the lands or houses sold them, and brought the prices of the things that were sold, and laid them down at the apostles' feet.
So what they would do, people that had a lot, they would take money and give it to the apostles, but watch what the apostles did with it.
And distribution was
And
made.
did what?
And distribution was made
Uh-huh.
unto every man according to as he had need.
So what they would do would take the money and distribute it out to the people, so everybody, nobody had left. But you go into the church today, one person rich, everybody else is poor.
Yeah, oh, I know. You see a pastor and his wife got a good car.
Thank you.
And-
Everybody else catching the bus. We got a problem. But none of them apply these laws. These are laws that we talking about.
They do Bible
Look, give you
study at
one more
night,
look.
and they just, oh, we're going to talk about this on Sunday. And we're going to let Pastor say this part, and we're going to let Deacon them finish. I already know how to go. I was in church. From 10, my mama remarried fast after that happened. Remarried really fast. After that happened, that didn't do nothing either good. He ain't no good than nothing.
Right.
So after that happened, we only say, oh, we got a new dad. We only got somebody who's going to love us. I was loved as a daughter. My sister, on the other hand, heard some things. I say, nah. All my life I've been saying this to my dad because he took care of me and did right by my mom and my sister. But he was drinking alcohol and beer. But inside of him, something is still wrong. You did this, why you ain't, that was supposed to be your daughter. Why is you running behind? So, see,
There's a lot of things we suffer from, sis, but we gotta, the thing is, the key
man
is,
want a good life, man gotta get
the
with
thing
this.
is right now is what you supposed, give me Ecclesiastes, let you go up there, Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. 'Cause this is the conclusion of everything.
Yeah.
This is what we gotta
I
understand.
don't need no more help because what you gave me is what I kind of already had bits and pieces of it, but I didn't have the whole story, which I don't. It's up to me to follow what you're saying.
You gotta go back and look into this book for the look. Watch this.
Reevaluate.
Watch this.
Yeah.
Book of Ecclesiastes,
This is
chapter
the
12.
conclusion of this whole Bible. This is what it's saying.
Chapter
This one
12,
scripture.
verse 13. Let us in the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments.
Why?
For this is the whole duty of man.
This is the whole duty why you was created. Keep going.
For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing,
Every secret thing, things you do without nobody seeing,
whether it be good
whether it be good,
or whether it be evil.
everybody gets judgment. So nobody done nothing in darkness that won't be brought to
Then
light. You're
nobody
gonna
do
get
nothing
judged.
wrong.
You know, you might not see all of the judgments that people have done wrong, but they're gonna get all. Nobody gets away. Go ahead.
This is book of Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily,
He said, because you do something evil or somebody does something evil to you or your kids, he said, because they don't get a judgment right away, go ahead.
therefore the hearts of the sons of men
Therefore, the people that did that,
is fully set in them to do evil.
so they figuring because I didn't get judged right away, they're gonna just continually do it. And
Yeah.
eventually, the judgment comes.
Right.
Nobody is exempt of judgment.
Right.
Give me 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10.
Second Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. It reads, for we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ,
Right?
and everyone may receive the things done in his body,
In his body, meaning you're gonna be judged by everything you do in your body. Go ahead.
according to that he had done, whether it be good or bad.
Same thing he said in Ecclesiastes. Say whatever you did, whether it's good or bad, you're gonna get judged.
Yeah.
Everybody's getting judged. Nobody's getting away. So even though they might seem like they've gotten away with something, nobody gets it. Everybody gets it. But every law is gonna be brought up too. There's certain things that we're doing in, like, give me that in Acts chapter 17, verse 3. There's certain laws that we're doing, but we don't know that we're breaking it.
Yeah.
We wonder why God is not hearing what we're asking for. Remember, he don't hear sinners.
Right.
But this is why he calls us.
The book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 30. And the times of this ignorance,
He said in a time of when we were ignorant, we didn't understand, right?
God winked at.
God let that slide. But watch this.
But now commanded all men everywhere to repent.
Now he's telling everybody to repent now. He winked at our ignorance before, but nobody has an excuse anymore. Because now he's sending the prophets out in the
Oh,
streets
yeah.
to show you what this book is saying.
I know that.
There's no excuse anymore. The scriptures are right there in your face now.
Right.
We could break this book down any way you like and
Right.
show you what we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And you know, like I stopped. They got people who will walk and hear y'all say something, or you see something actually happen in front of y'all. Like a man could be committing adultery right here. His wife will walk to the car, and he'll turn around and see a lady coming out the door that got body, and you know how men they just see women like committing sin anyway, and wife just gonna get in the car, and she just gonna let him have go. But deep down, she know exactly what he's doing, and she just going home. And she's not that she's worried about it. It's that she's gonna go home and she's gonna talk to him about it. And that's because that's the kind of life that she has with him. And some women feel like they have to stay married to a man that's doing it to them.
It's really only one reason for divorce from a man from a woman. Give me that in 1 Corinthians. I think it's 7 and it's like 10.
Okay. We're going that way though. We're not going this way. Why would ice cream be that way? We gotta find a sweet shop. I know where it's at. It's that way.
Yeah.
Command.
What is it?
McDonald's right there. We're gonna go check and see if they got it.
Yeah, that's right. Read that.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7, verse 10. And unto the married I command ye not, I, but the Lord. Let not the wife depart from her husband.
He said the wife can't depart from her husband.
But if she depart, let her remain unmarried.
She gotta remain unmarried. She can't even get married again. So if you're not married, you can't have sex. Keep going.
Or be reconciled to her husband.
Or she be reconciled to her husband. Go ahead.
And let not the husband put away his wife.
And a man can't put away his wife. Why?
But to the rest speak I, not the Lord. If any brother had a wife that believeth not, and she be pleased to dwell with him, let him not put her away.
Give me that in Matthew 5. Go back to Matthew 5. You know what I'm
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 27. Ye have heard that it was said unto them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her, had committed adultery with her already in his heart.
Hold on, give me the one where it says, except for fornication. It's in Matthew 5. You can't put her away except for fornication.
All right. I have to go after this.
All right. It's right there in Matthew 5.
I'm gonna go to sleep too.
Read that.
Book of Matthew, chapter 5 and 32. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife, saving for the cause of
He
fornication,
said, except for if she go and cheat on him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
cause her to commit adultery. And whosoever shall marry her,
And anybody that marries that woman after he puts her away,
that is divorced, committed adultery.
he commits adultery.
Again, ye have heard that it is.
That's it. Let me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. I'm gonna let you do it. That's because remember, everything happens. We gotta keep God's commandments. His
Yes,
laws.
yes.
Here's one of His laws that our women gotta keep. This is what He gave us.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. It reads, The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man,
Woman don't supposed to be in pants. Go ahead.
neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
Men don't supposed to be in dresses.
For all that do so
Anybody that do so,
are an abomination unto the Lord thy God.
He said it's disgusting to Him. So those are the things that, like I said, everything goes back to God's laws. He wanted His women in dresses
Yes.
and His men in pants. That takes off that spirit that comes on us. You ever hear like The man wear the pants.
Yes.
But when women put on pants, they take on that manly thing.
Role, yeah.
And you in the household, and I understand women gotta take on that role because the man is gone.
And we left to take care of the kids because that's
man
what he
done
was.
left.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
But-
why I am, and that's what he was trying to explain to me. My boyfriend was trying to explain to me like that, and I was like, I understand. So the next day I woke up, I slept on it. I did because we was like, we good now? And he was like, yeah. I told him, I said, I understand.
Well, boyfriend gotta marry. Ain't no more boyfriend.
I
Ain't
know.
nowhere in there boyfriend and girlfriend.
I know.
That's
Especially, I know.
You gotta marry. Tell him.